In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use a curling wand. So we're going to start with a nice big horseshoe section on the top of the head. Curling wands are a nice alternative to a curling iron, and they do give a completely different look than what a curling iron can give. The reason is, if you watch here, the hair is being wrapped along the whole length of the wand. By doing this, as opposed to a curling iron where the hair is overlapping itself over and over and over again, you're going to get more of a spiral curl with a wand, where with a curling iron, you're going to get more of a softer curl where it's a little bit looser at the root and a little bit tighter to the end. This is going to give you a uniform curl right from the roots right down to the ends. So with the wand, you'll notice I'm working in about 1-inch size sections. I'm taking the hair, I'm combing it as I go to ensure that there's no tangles. So I'm using a diagonal back position with the wand. So diagonal back or vertical are both good to use. This again is going to give you that uniform root to tip looking the same. If I was to hold the wand on a horizontal or straight across, it's not going to give me the same effect. So by doing it horizontally, I'm going to get a bump at the root, and you're probably not going to be happy with that. So I would encourage you to use that diagonal back or vertical position for the wand. And you start right up close to the root and you wind it all the way down toward the end. Some wands will come with a glove or a mitt or little things to put on your fingers to protect your fingers. They're good to protect your fingers. However, I do find that they create a lot of static in the hair. That's just my own personal opinion, but I do find them a little tricky to use. So what I like to do is I wrap it around and I hold the ends out so my fingers are never touching the iron, and it's only the last couple of seconds that I actually will put those ends next to any heat. Remember, the ends are older, they're going to be more fragile, and they don't need as much time on the heat anyway, so I do tend just to get those in contact with the iron just those last few seconds. You do want to make sure though that you're not holding your wand on for too long. It is not good to hold your wand on the hair for any more than about 8 seconds. So 6 to 8 seconds is about as much as you're going to want to hold the heat on the hair. Some wands don't even have a temperature gauge. They're just one setting, and I don't even know what that one setting in, but I do know that it's hot. So if you only have one setting, you really don't know what kind of heat you're working with. You do need to make sure you count to 8 and release the hair. If there's not enough curl in it after 8 seconds, that doesn't mean you have to hold it longer necessarily. It's possible that you just need to take a smaller section. So here I am starting on the other side, and again, I'm using a diagonal forward section this time in order to make sure that both sides are going the same way. I don't often get an opportunity to style Zoe's hair anymore as she's all grown up, but tonight is her nurse pinning ceremony as she is now officially graduated from her nursing program. So we're so proud of her, and she needed her hair done for the ceremony. So I said, can I maybe do the wand on your hair tonight? And she was more than welcome to let me do that. So that was so nice of her. You'll notice that I haven't used any heat protectant on her hair, and that is because she washed it yesterday and she used a leave-in treatment that has heat protectant in it. This is really key so you don't have to keep on applying heat protectant throughout the week. It's already in there, so I could just start going at it with the wand. There are some setting sprays in that you can use. I am very careful with what I spray on the hair when I'm going to be putting heat on it. Sometimes what can happen is you spray something on the hair, it's not entirely dry when the heat goes on it, and you can actually burn and singe the hair. This is not what you want to do, but it can happen. So if you can put something on it when it's wet and blow dry it into the hair, I do find, for me personally, I do prefer that. Once all your curls are in, you're going to go around and just give it a nice little mist of hairspray. I am going to be raking these out, don't worry. Although you may want to keep them just as is. If you are looking for that nice spirally look, you can certainly leave them in. But I'm just spraying a little bit of hairspray and a bit of texture spray. Both of these are good for anti-humidity and just help to give it a little bit of a hold, a little bit of grit so that it stays for her for the night. You do want to make sure that your product is dry though before you start brushing through it. If not, because it's a wet product, you can actually end up taking your curls out altogether. So you don't want that. So do make sure that it's dry before you start raking it through. And you get these gorgeous waves. I just absolutely love how this turned out. So I was also very, very happy with this. Now I do want to give her a little bit of volume throughout the top. It is a little bit flat, so I'm just going to pick it up at the root there, right at the crown, give it a couple of passes with my pick comb, a couple of sprays with hairspray, and then we'll just let it fall and let that dry. And then I'm going to gently rake over it. So I don't want to take out the back combing that I just put in, but I do want to smooth over the top. Sometimes doing the crown is enough, but Zoe does have a little bit of a cowlick on one side, which gives her a little bit more lift on one side than the other. So I'm going to go in just with my comb and just give her a little bit more on that side. She's loving it. There, it just looks much more balanced by doing it that way. There we have it. She is all ready for her nurse pinning ceremony this evening. Looking glamorous. I really hope that you enjoyed this video on how to use the curling wand. If you'd like some more tutorials on some thermal styling, you can just check out this video right here. And until next time, have a great hair day.